Growing up, I watched movies like The Nightmare Before Christmas, Edward Scissorhands, Beetlejuice, Pee-wee Herman, and Batman. Films like these developed me into the weird creative person I am now. Watching these movies as a child, I didn't really grasp the concept of creators, directors, producers, or anything like that. I pretty much understood that I liked the idea the film presented, or I liked the way it looked. More often than not, I was attracted to the aesthetic more than anything. It wasn't until much later that I understood the creator behind all of those movies that I cherished was one weird master of the strange and unusual, Tim Burton. He was different and presented a dark and twisted idea with a gothic fantasy aesthetic. It opened up a massive stream of possibilities for all of the odd ideas that were brewing in my brain. He made it possible for me to dive into those ideas no matter how dark they felt and feel like there was a place for those types of stories. Tim Burton was born in 1958 in Burbank, California. As the son of a minor league baseball player and an entrepreneur, he had quite a lot of time to be creative. From the time that he was able to, Tim would make short stop-motion films in his backyard. He wasn't the best student through his primary and high school years, focusing more on his art. He was an introspective person, focusing on painting, drawing, and watching movies. After high school, Tim would attend the California Institute of Arts in Valencia, Santa Clarita to study character animation. As a student, he created the shorts like Stalk of the Celery Monster as well as King and Octopus. Stalk of the Celery Monster caught the attention of the Walt Disney Productions animation division. They offered Tim an animator's apprenticeship at the studio. It was at this time Tim worked as a storyboard artist, animator, graphic designer, and art director on pretty famous films such as Fox and the Hound, Tron, and maybe a little less famous The Black Cauldron. However, his concepts never made it into the final cut of these films. He created a live-action short in 1984 called Frankenweenie, which would later be remade into stop motion. This tells the story of a boy who tries to revive his dog after it was hit by a car. The film was the end of Tim's Disney career. They fired him and said it was unacceptable for him to spend company money on a film that would be too dark and scary for kids. With the end of Tim's Disney career, new doors opened for him to work with companies that appreciated and encouraged his weird concepts and ideas. These opportunities would introduce him to lifelong partners and friends, like Danny Elfman, Johnny Depp, and Helena Bonham Carter. His odd concepts and intriguing art style spawned spin-offs as well. His films such as Beetlejuice and Batman were so well received that cartoons with similar aesthetics and emotions were created in response to the films. Tim was so well received at this point in his career that even Disney sought out some of his stories. This is how Nightmare Before Christmas came to be. In 1993, Disney would use the original characters, story, and world for The Nightmare Before Christmas by Tim. However, they did have a different director and producer. Originally, Disney was unnerved by the nature of the film, so they produced it under Touchstone Pictures, rather than under Disney. As I got older, but still before I paid attention to directors, creators, and producers, I began to gravitate towards movies like Mars Attacks, Sleepy Hollow, Corpse Bride, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. As it turns out, these Victorian Gothic films were all connected to the same person, Tim Burton. Despite his creepy tones and dark imagery, Tim Burton became the flagship for misfits and oddballs, creating more and more films that attracted weirdos like myself, regardless of age. Making movies like 9, Alice in Wonderland, Dark Shadows, and the Frankenweenie remake. His creativity attracted people of all ages, despite what Disney originally thought. Kids enjoyed some of these darker stories. Tim Burton is an inspiration to many creators, myself included. His journey through the industry, never giving up on his style, proves that passion for what you love is what can and will propel you into a successful career. He didn't give up on his aesthetic or what he wanted to create. And each time he was told that his stories were too upsetting, his vision was too weird, his art was too dark, he made a statement anyway, providing art for people who love dark entertainment. Tim inspires me to remain true to myself and what I create. Here's to turning 63. Happy birthday, Tim, from a fan you continue to inspire.